Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about Screencast software, and this is software that allows you to capture your screen while also recording your voice, and this has lots of benefits for students. We're also going to get into 3 different types of software you can use to achieve this in your own classrooms. So first, let's talk about the benefits of screencasting. First, it means that what you need to share with students, the content, the tips, the conferencing, you don't have to do that within class time only. Screencasting allows you to share this information in a meaningful way, but you can create it and you can share it with students beyond just the classroom time. And so this can be used for tutorials around how to use an app. You can share it with students. They can watch it if they need it, instead of using your precious class time on just going through how to use an app. It can also be really great for conferences because it means that you can go through student work and give significant feedback, but also not be constrained to the class time for these types of meaningful feedback conferences. You can give higher quality feedback in those types of conference settings we just talked about. That means that you can give comments beyond just the work that's been produced, like the grammar and the spelling and writing, or if the answer is correct or not in math, but you can actually get into the higher order thinking that's happening behind that. And so in a study in 2016, they found that when instructors used screencasting, they were able to give students feedback on in their writing about these big ideas of the writing and the structure of the writing and whether or not their thoughts were correct or if they were communicating well. And so with screencasting, the professors were better able to communicate that. And they found that students were better able to apply this feedback to their assignments when it was given in screencast form, because they could see their work, they could hear what the instructor was saying, and immediately begin to apply these ideas. It was also found that screencasting helps professors to communicate tone, and this not only increased the rapport between an instructor and a student, but it also helped the students to feel more comfortable with the feedback and be more open to the learning process. And finally, screencasting allows for self-paced learning. And this is really important when you have students with disabilities or if you're working with online learners, that having these screencasts allows the information to be communicated concisely, clearly, in a very understandable audio-visual way, but they can pause, they can rewatch as many times as they need to in order to be successful. So now that we know the benefits of screencasting, let's look at some tools to get started. First, we've got Screencastify. So this one is a Chrome extension, which means that it's in your Chrome browser. It can view the whole screen. It can view just a tab. It can view just your entire screen window if you want to be able to press buttons in the address bar. There's lots of options for this. You can also embed the webcam, which means that students can see what you're doing in addition to seeing your face. It also has free and paid subscriptions. So with the free subscription, you get a 5-minute time limit on all of your videos. However, a lot of literature states that videos that are posted online for students to view in their own time really shouldn't be much longer than that if we want to retain their attention. So that shouldn't be too much of a hindrance. It also has other tools, such as allowing the user to highlight spots on the screen and to annotate important information while they're sharing the information. So you as the instructor can do this, but students can do this also if they are using the Chrome extension to share their own learning. And then finally, this has been found to be a useful tool for giving writing feedback specifically, because a lot of writing these days happens on digital tools. You can capture the screen. Feedback can be given as they're going through an essay or through a topic. Changes can be made, annotations can be made. And this is a really useful way for students to see the feedback in exactly the area of their writing piece that has been shared. The next tool we're going to talk about is Screencast-o-matic. This tool also has free and paid subscriptions with getting different benefits based on if you have the free plan or the paid plan. If you go with the free option, you can embed the webcam, you can record your screen. You do have some time limits on the videos as well, but the paid subscription is what gives you those annotation tools, unlike Screencastify. So one great thing about Screencast-o-matic and Screencastify as well is that you can record without downloading the data. So you are not you're not hindered by how large of a memory space your device has, because everything is stored in the cloud. One great thing about Screencast-o-matic is how it connects to various LMSs, which as a teacher is great because you can record your video and have it sent directly to your course or module. This tool specifically has been found to be a great tool for differentiation. And in one study, it was talking about how when you have students with disabilities, whether that be verbal or auditory or just some social emotional problems, this is a great way for students to give presentations but feel a lot more safe in the process. And so they can create a screencast of their presentation and then share that with the class instead of giving it live. And this has been shown to have great success and be an awesome accommodation and just a great way to apply some UDL principles in the classroom. And finally, my personal favorite, if you're using an iPad device, there is a built-in screen recorder. The photos on the side of the screen, you can see where it's showing you where to press the widget and what it looks like as you're recording. And so what's awesome is it's built into the operating system, which means it works seamlessly with any app that you are using. So students can screencast not only a whiteboard or writing down thoughts or a PowerPoint presentation, they can screencast while they're coding. They can screencast while they are working through some modules that you've given in another app. They can screencast through YouTube videos if they wanted to, which is really cool because it means that they can pause and they can express thinking in any type of digital activity happening in the classroom. It also can be used with and without sound. So this means that students can also just show their work, show their process without having to record their voice. And you can see step by step what students did in order to solve a problem or to apply their learning. This one is my personal favorite. It also, in a study using Show Me, they found that screencasting was the most valuable when it was intuitive. And because this happens on the device itself and it happens within the apps that students are already familiar with, this is also very intuitive. And you can see through that connection that it makes screencasting even more valuable because students' cognitive load isn't spent on figuring out this new device or trying to recreate learning. They can just share learning as it's happening in real time.